Hello, I'm Wayne Lambright, bidding for President of the United States 2016. The purpose of this video is to talk about some of my unconventional campaign promises. Today is August 31st, 2016, and I've been bidding for president for over a year now. I don't have any political party backing me. I'm open to the Renegade Party, the Republican Party, Libertarian Party, anybody who loves America. If lying and cheating were requirements for bidding for president of the United States, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton they excel at that. If transparency and honesty were requirements, I don't think they do too well, and that's where I come in. I'm a computer scientist and an engineer, and I happen to be 47, and at a young age my father told me I could be president of the United States. So it's something I've thought about my whole life, and it wasn't going to be something I did until later. However, with the terrible state of affairs as far as America goes, and my knowledge of world history, which I've been following my whole life, it looks pretty bleak. When a nation chooses the path that America's chosen, it doesn't last much longer than a few more years. Nations don't seem to live past an age of 250 years, and we're 240. I'm going to give you what is in Toastmasters called a persuasive speech. I need you to dispel your disbelief, and I want you to consider an alternate viewpoint. I'm going to show you some stuff that no other candidates have talked about, and some of it is exotic technology that you might not believe is even possible, but it is. All right, let's get started. Synthetic anti-gravity. We do have the ability to displace the Earth's magnetic field. Radiant energy. This is a Nikola Tesla patent from 1901. It makes electricity day and night. Safe hydrogen storage. I'm going to abolish the Federal Reserve. I'm going to bring democracy to America by abolishing the Electoral College. I'm going to ask Congress to approve a basic income for all citizens, $2,500. So let's start with synthetic anti-gravity. The Earth is like a big magnet. In the world, as far as magnets goes, there's two types of magnets. There's the refrigerator magnet, which is static. Then there's electromagnets. And if refrigerator magnets had a strength, they would be like 1 pound, and it never gets stronger. Where electromagnets, their strength can be 1,000 pounds, 10,000 pounds, 1,000,000 pounds, based on the amount of electricity given to the electromagnet. Pretend this is the Earth. The Earth has a spinning, molten iron core called the dynamo, and it produces a magnetosphere, which protects us. If this was the sun, it protects us against the solar winds, and it goes around the Earth. Mars doesn't have this anymore because its molten core has cooled. The Earth still has it, and it's probably going to be here for millions of years. But this molten core is a very strong, it creates gravity, what we call gravity, but it's really just, it's a powerful magnet. I'm of the belief that gravity is electronic and that the so-called graviton doesn't exist. I believe in the electric universe theory. So if being stuck to Earth, because we're like, we're stuck, There's two types of gravity. There's the large gravity and the atomic gravity. The large gravity we can break, we can displace by just jumping. And the atomic gravity that holds atoms together, the small gravity on an atomic level, can be broken. Everything has a frequency. And so there is evidence that our government has reverse engineered alien UFO technology and mastered anti-gravity in the early 50s. Recently, a black project engineer who's retired had just leaked some of this information, and a friend of mine and I have actually built the device. We don't have it floating yet, but I believe it will have it floating very shortly. We're just reverse engineering something that already worked. I believe that anti-gravity has been put on a shelf until we run out of oil. That's a guess. Okay. But I believe if somebody gave me 100,000, I could have my thing floating probably in 2 months. I'm just lacking a certain equipment. I'm lacking an oscilloscope and a wave generator, a frequency generator of direct current. So synthetic anti-gravity would basically revolutionize the world. We would have no need for airplanes. We would have no need for cars. The speeds that you can travel at are extremely fast, thousands and thousands of miles per hour. It would revolutionize the whole world. Next thing I want to talk about is radiant energy. This is a Nikola Tesla patent, 685,958 in 1901. It's not solar energy, but you put a panel out in the sky in day and night and it grabs electricity. It's kind of like grabbing static electricity. Why isn't this done more often? Well, then the electric company can't charge you. It's my belief that there's something called zero-point energy that comes off the Earth's magnetosphere, the molten core. We just need to tap into that. Anyways, I'd release that technology because it's locked up in black projects. Safe hydrogen storage. This is 100% real. It's against the law to make the material, though, because it's used in nuclear weapons. It's not radioactive, but it's a material that safely stores hydrogen. You get the hydrogen by electrolysis, which is just water and electricity. You get the electricity from solar panels, so the ocean's a big fuel system. In the event I don't win my bidding for president, I'll probably have to move to another country to start this company, most likely China or Germany. I haven't tried super hard, but I've tried a few places in America and people aren't interested in it because America, its currency is oil. We need to abolish the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is as federal as Federal Express. I'll say it again. The Federal Reserve is as Federal Express. I'm looking for like $1 somewhere. Do you know that this company, the Federal Reserve, was created in 1913? Prior to that, America printed its own money. We didn't need greedy bankers to do it, who charge us 3% per year on our money for running a printing press. Okay? Evidently, potentially, John F. Kennedy was killed because he was going to abolish the Federal Reserve. That's what I want to do. I want to abolish the Electoral College system. Most people don't understand actually the mechanics of how the Electoral College system works. It's not based on how many votes the candidate gets in that state. It's based on the emotional feelings of the elector. Except for 21 states who have passed laws that force the elector to choose the majority of the votes that the population chose, the popular vote. But since it's in the minority, 29 states can still just make any decision they want. So for the most part, one candidate could get 95% of the votes, but if the electors choose the person with the 5% candidate would win. It's an antiquated system from 200 years ago when we used to have slaves and a aristocracy ran the world. We need to put America in the hands of Americans. Here's a basic income idea. $2,500 for every person that wants it. Tonight I was talking to somebody, I was on a forum, and somebody says, well, everybody needs to work. No. Do rich people need to work? No. 90% of the money is inherited. They never work for it. Like Muammar Gaddafi, his nation was so rich, he gave people money when they got married, gas was 10 cents a gallon, college was free. Our natural resource